Hello and welcome back to another RiftGuides WildRift video. Today we are going to take a look at a beautiful ZED jungle gameplay. One of the highest skill ceiling assassins, but a relatively low skill floor if you understand what you're doing. So, in the past, ZED got a few lovely changes towards his jungle clearing that made his third ability start a little bit weaker, which usually means that ZED jungle players will start with their first ability. It deals more damage, has only a slightly higher cooldown, and will help you clear more easily. Here he expects the enemy to place a ward early game, instantly grabs it, and enjoys some free XP. For the jungle clear, you see, starts with his first ability, and for ZED jungle, it's all about being efficient. To learn his jungle clear properly, it's all about understanding how to sequence between camps and just make the best choices possible. Wasting seconds, usually, you could always argue, doesn't really matter that much, it's only seconds, but here's the big but, the very big but. If you make a mistake, and you spend time, you lose so much, and here you see the beautiful transition between the camps. Every second you need less in the jungle department allows you to be in a position where you can do something, where you can positively impact the map, and he knows this jungle clear absolutely perfectly. He just completely smurs it. It's 1 minute and nearly 4 seconds where he transitions towards the chickens and starts the chicken camp at like 1 and 8 seconds. So the shadow usage so far is incredible. Not only this, but also the shadow usage and the first ability to get to new camps is immaculate. Putting 2 points into your first ability because your third ability barely does any damage and just make sure you drain your energy so fast is something you have to keep in mind. And again, the transition is just beautiful. Such a fast clear for an assassin type jungle is something you really want to take a look at. It makes life so much easier. And when it comes to ZED, once you get your level 5, things get really interesting. Also in the bottom left you see that this is more of a bruiser type ZED, where you just snowball in the early game. You have the Gluttonous Greaves into Yumu's Ghostblade and then a Trinity Force into Ezreal's Grudge, and then you go for more percentage armor pen in the full Black Cleaver, which also features ability haste, and some lovely and annoyingly powerful Steric's Gauge. With ZED being such a powerful champion, the enemy bot lane is still level 3, and he can just take a look at this play here. If the enemy goes in, he can just instantly respond, but he rather goes for the base and goes back to the other jungle side. If you think about the enemy's jungle pathing, and you believe that the enemy started red buff, you know that the Kruk camp of the enemy will respawn relatively soon, and depending on what the enemy is about to do, he can trap for them or just immediately kill them. With the power of his ultimate, it's very easy to accomplish this. With the Malphite being as he is, he just gains another 50 extra gold from first strike, has now been forced to use his ultimate, and he'll probably freeze the way for his top laner. He doesn't do so because he would take too much damage. Okay. He just wants to go back to his jungle camps. And with the power of the Gluttonous Greaves, he can simply just go back to farming and regen up in the jungle. Something that, like, especially Kha'Zix as a champion really loves to do, because you just quickly dip into the jungle and full heal. The same goes for Lee Sin. All of these champions gain so much healing from clearing jungle camps that even if you put them on like 10%, they disappear for a brief moment and it's completely over for you as they come back. Nice binding by the Lux here, and the ZED is just waiting for a shadow, maybe looking for an opportunity. And Akshan will always look for interesting swings, because they're Akshan players, they always do so, they can't contain themselves. And if you pay attention to this as a ZED, you can instantly punish him. And again, here he paths down to the bot lane, pops the sweeper, just wants to see what's going on. There's an Akshan swinging in under the turret, giving no damn, but the Urgot will absolutely kill him. Yep, and it's a free kill, and it's worth. Now there's a big play in bot lane, the Yumi ult, the beautiful root by Desire. Desire doesn't have ultimate anymore, the Diana comes in, Diana has ultimate, Diana will probably... What is she doing? What is happening here? Flashes after the Leona stun, no way! Oh, maybe. Okay, if he's a Giga Smurf, he might actually... Okay, he can't anymore because he lost too much HP. Okay, he's now pushing out this wave as well. Kinda sad that he didn't get the Diana. He's also so close to his item completion to hardcore snowball. With the game as it is right now, his ultimate is perfectly in sync. He goes for another longsword, even though it doesn't help him for the item completion, just wants to be as strong as possible. With the current game as it is, his ultimate timer is perfectly synced up with the objective timer. With that, he just has a very powerful tool to pick one target instantly and just remove it from the fight. However, if you play an assassin into an Akshan, you always have to understand that if you trade your life and the Akshan is around, you might just give the enemy an instant revive. 8 seconds on the ultimate, he goes towards his teammates, collects a scuttle crab, and now it's the question, what is the enemy Diana about to do? He's clearing the vision and he wants to fight. He wants to go for a fight. If he doesn't want to go for a fight, it's quite confusing that he goes for the Herald, especially given how strong he is, making sure that the enemy just gets even more dumpstered. Here he quickly picks this up. It would be lovely to see another contest at the Herald pit. Okay, the Akshan is swinging in. That's a certain death. That's a death sentence. You are just doomed, my friend. You do not do. It's a beautiful swap back shenanigans action combo. But the Malphite and the... You remember when I talked about the revive mechanic? And exactly this happens. Oh man. This is going to be a close one. But the Kraken Slayer Brutal Urgot will certainly just absolutely execute the rock. Again, I'm not quite certain why he chooses dragon, especially the type of dragon it was. The soul will be absolutely pitiful. We can all agree on that one. And now just going back to the jungle clear. His topside camps are available, the enemy bot lane is absolutely fighting, and Zed as a champion, given his strength as of this moment, is not that high that he can just get close to a Leona Jinx lane, because if he gets locked up too fast, he might just get instantly one-popped. Now, he skips the Gromp, and I assume he wants to make his way bot lane, to make sure to cover for his ally while his ult timer comes up again. He gets some more control, he's gonna hover this here, and he's gonna probably kill the Akshan. The Akshan is an Akshan player, he'll just swing in for fun, and maybe he'll just get this for free. Come on, Akshan, I know you want to do this. Okay, he doesn't do it. I don't think they'll kill this here, but it's so stupid. Like, if this was the old oh my god, it nearly died. This Akshan is an absolute griefer for placing it the way he just did. It's funny. And the Zed still has ultimate available. He just saw the enemy, beautiful poke on the Diana. And he can't sadly go for the Scuttle Crab for free, but he swaps back, he's sneaking, he is waiting. He just doesn't want to give the Diana anything. The Diana's probably making her way up to the top side right here, and the Yuumi and Xayah is absolutely ready to make something happen. Xayah doesn't have ultimate for another 8 seconds though, so she can potentially just die. Now going over to the red buff most likely, unless he wants to hide in the bottom brush to just, you know, quickly assassinate the Jinx, because if the Leona goes onto the Xayah, the Jinx just instantly dies, because the Leona can't support this, the Jinx anymore. With this in mind, he probably doesn't want to invest the time into making this play, even though it's a very high possibility of it just working out. The enemy Akshan is making a play towards the top side, whereas the Zed keeps on staying mid lane. Now with the power of the platings fallen, it's an easy pickup to just deal damage to this tower when the enemy makes a rotation. But on the other hand, his team is getting absolutely barraged in the bottom side of the map. Disaster's ultimate is visible on the top of your screen, and he now makes his rotation down there. If the Jinx is not fast enough, she will instantly die. Jinx, I'm sorry, you are gone. Even if you have flash, it doesn't matter, you will die. And then the Leona is also being picked up, but the Yuumi gets the kill. No, the cat just ruined the day. Oh, he's so close. He's so close. He'll probably he will wait in base for his team to kill the tower, so he gets the Trinity Force. And obviously they get ganked, so they can't get the tower, so he has to leave. But he's smart enough, he places the Shadow in Narnia Southwest and then just buys the item and swaps back to the Shadow, making sure to even utilize the time more efficiently. The thing that many people also really underestimate is that you really need the blue buff on Zed. Blue buff on Zed provides you with so much more energy that you can just spam your spells without any problem. If you don't do this, it gets so much more difficult for you to actually manage your energy. Because the cooldown, like the ability, or well, the energy refund only works if you hit targets multiple times with the same ability with your Shadow. And if that isn't the case, you do one full combo, and you basically go out of energy very fast. With the first dragon picked up, oh Jinx, you just really need to be careful. If the Leona makes any mistake here, she just gets instantly denied, because if she goes in and the Zed swaps places again, the Jinx will be exposed, and it's one of the biggest issues. If you play against these type of assassin junglers and you expose your AD carry like this, like the Leona split apart, and he just goes in, but the question is, he survives. What a risky play. Like, it's technically just such a risky play with such a low payoff, because if he dies to the Akshan, he'll just revive and then everything will be doomed. But it happens to work out. What a crazy play. But again, the Leona split, and as the Leona split apart, he instantly went in. Maybe he didn't assume that there's like 50 people around, but still. If you play support, and you're basically the full peel for your ally, and your ally doesn't have stasis or anything like this, and they have a Zed, it's very likely for you to just die. And she just, Jinx, you can't do this. Oh, ooh, rocket, yep, nice. He even panned the camera upwards to see when the rocket animation starts, to see where she shoots to. Another thing for Jinx into Zed, if you place your chompers early, you will instantly kill yourself for no reason. Zed will always appear behind you if he uses ult onto you, Deathmark, and this is something you can use to make sure he will always spawn on top of you, instantly being rooted. Then you can utilize your flash to gain some distance, because most of his spells will be missing, and you'll be able to deal a significant amount of damage to him, because with Zed it's always like this. Either you kill him first, or he kills you first. Nice binding by Deluxe, some decent chip damage onto the Leona here. The Malphite is still an annoying little piece of rock, and there's a big play in the mid lane, even though the AD carry is already dead, and now the Jinx gets excited. It's an absolute massacre. The enemy is trying to run them down. If the Leona gets on top of this guy, it's instantly over. The Malphite just simply explodes. The Leona also dissipates into the... oh my no. If the Akshan... oh no, and it always keeps on happening every single time. I said it earlier in a sense like of a like, hey, generally speaking, if you need to be really careful as an assassin trading into an Akshan team, going in, giving your life to pick up a kill, and then the Akshan just kills you, and then everything turns into a huge pile of dung. Oh man. And Akshan right now is really not in the greatest places. Like, it's one of the only like redeeming things he has is his strong early game and the revival passive. If you can't get a lead early game on Akshan or revive people in mid to late game, your champion is really not the best. Outside of the stealth part, by the way. Like, it's similar to Teemo, but Teemo scales better. Just being able to stealth to other lanes is really helpful, because people really can't play around stealth. He can't also show himself on this bottom wave right now, even though he really wants this wave, because the enemy might go for Baron and he has to be in a position to respond to this. Because the enemy just insta-kills Baron. It's like not even 13 minutes and they have really strong carries to do so. And the enemy's goon squad is rotating. He's looking for the Akshan. Oh, Leona just killed the Akshan. Oh, he goes out just to be sure, I guess. But yeah, if your Leona does this, it's really dangerous. The Leona nearly instantly died. He just goes up there again, goes for a combo. The Leona gets reeled in like fish by the Urgot, the lovely fisherman. The enemy Malphite dies. The entire frontline is not completely gone. The Jinx also goes down. Not only the Akshan and the Diana go in. Diana goes in on the minimap. He just goes quickly into the jungle to just quickly heal up. And the Akshan gets another revive. It's an absolute tragedy. And it happens again and again and again. If you play into Akshan, make sure to get away if you're too low after winning a fight. It is simply not worth it. It's too easy for the Akshan to make the difference by just reviving people. All he has to do is execute the guy with the mark and it's completely over. And now what is the team supposed to do? He goes for a quick, beautiful combo, goes onto the Malphite, kills the Malphite. He gets rooted. Is the Akshan gonna get another kill? No, please don't get the revive. The Diana gets enough. Okay, they can't do Baron right now, and he needs to desperately regen up the jungle camp. Like, he needs to heal, and there's a massive bot lane wave as well. The enemy just got scouted that the enemy isn't on Nashor, so the team got another seconds, a lot of breathing room to quickly pick up the waves. Now the enemy, now the soul point is on the map, if I'm not mistaken. He goes for a Black Cleaver. He doesn't even pick up anything else. He probably wanted to just be there on time, and just looking for an item, maybe just quickly thinking, would have taken too much time, and the Yuumi finally is on top of him. The Jinx is alone. The Jinx gets absolutely rooted up. He needs Zhonya's. He can just play with them now. He can just dance around, go back to any... The Jinx still dies, and he just goes back. He's just playing with them. He's toying with them as if it's food. He doesn't care. He's completely running circles around them, but he nearly dead. But luckily, he has a Yuumi on himself now, which means he has to sustain. He needs to be careful. He has the mark. The Method Probelt's in. He gets hit. He really needs to get out. I think he just smited the blue buff for HP, which is a beautiful play. And now the enemy gets collapsed on. In these situations, I don't believe you need 4 people on the dragon. I think there can be people splitting up. They're like, prepare the midwave. Somebody go top lane already. We want to go Nashor after this. Because mid lane inhibitor, unless you can end, is absolutely worthless. Like, mid lane inhibitors are only funneling gold into the enemy. And with the time being as extended as it is right now already, he just, oh my god, he just one-popped the Leona. Leona is a tank, by the way, and he's... Apparently, they just don't need it. They just don't need it. The Leona is a tank, and she just disappears. And again, he's waiting patiently. He's going back. Yep, of course he is. They are so, like, oh no, like, if he catches anyone, it's just, what a nice ultimate. Wait, I'm very curious, because this is a trick, like, I need to watch. Yes, okay, guys, this is something that is really important for all of you Zed players. Did you see that he spammed his ultimate button? If you play against certain champions that come from stealth, or you expect something to happen from you, like, let's just say you walk into terrain, or like Fog of War, and you are Zed or an AD carry player, you spam your ult ability because you expect that the enemy hard CC is going to be thrown out from the brush, so you respond instantly, avoiding the CC. For example, an AD carry into an Evelynn, you would spam exhaust occasionally into Fog of War just to be sure that if the Evelynn appears in front of you, the exhaust is immediately applied and you don't get one shot. This is a beautiful showcase of a mechanic that the fewest people utilize, and it's so easy and yet so powerful. This guy has not too much damage. The Yuumi is... I just hate Yuumi. Is this a 1.7k on the first strike? My man is the king of the stock market. He just really doesn't have to care anymore. Yeah, glad you picked AD carry, right? Funnily enough, this Diana could kill him if she gets to one-pop him. Yeah, but he does the same. And he has the Yuumi. And again, make sure to subscribe to this channel. I'll link it in the description below. What a beautiful gameplay. And give them more views. They have so many amazing gameplays. It's insane. It's such a pleasure to comment over them because it showcases so much fun. It's a complete black and white difference from this server to our server. I just love watching these games. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and see you soon for more RiftGuides content.